just to go over a multiplying fraction review. First question I have here is 2 times 5/6. Remember that anytime I have a whole number, I can write it over 1 to make it a fraction. So I write them without the slashes just to make it a little bit easier to see, and multiply across. 2 times 5 is 10, and then 1 times 6 is 6. Always have to make sure I look at my final answer here, and this can be reduced. First, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to change it from an improper fraction to a mixed number. So 6 goes into 10 one time with 4 left over, and 6 is my denominator. Again, look to see if I can reduce, and I can divide by 2. So my final answer is going to be 1 2/3. Second question, 7/8 times 2/3. Well, 7/8 times 2/3. Multiply across, I get 14/24. They're both even, so I know that 2 is automatically going to go into them. So I'm going to reduce to 7/12. And looking at this, nothing else goes in, so that is also going to be my final answer. Now to talk about when I have mixed numbers. So I need to take this mixed number and change it to an improper fraction. So if I have 3 1/3, I do 3 times 3 and then add the numerator. So 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. So 10/3 times, if I come up here and I have 5 2/5, 5 times 5 is 25, plus 2 is 27 over 5. Now, you can multiply across here and get 270 over 15. And then you're probably going to need to do long division, where if I reduce using common factors, I can actually make this problem a lot easier. I'm going to first look at 5 and 10. All right, 5 goes into 5 one time, and 5 goes into 10 two times. So now I'm left with 2 between these two numbers. 3 and 27 also go into each other. 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 27 9 times. So if I multiply across now, I have 1 on the bottom, so I'm going to have 1 as my denominator. 2 times 9 is 18. So 18 over 1, which I know is in lowest terms, so that is my final answer. If I did the same thing with long division, I would end up getting 18 as a final answer. So I know that regardless of which way I do it, I have the right answer.